My name is Kelley O'Brien, and I'm an artist based in Cleveland, Ohio. My work is about the intersection of architecture and social politics and how through kind of experiences of spaces we can start to delve more deeply into more political issues and social issues as a way of kind of experiencing the world. So my work that I created during my residency has to do with the border between Washington State and Idaho. And I've been looking at how this kind of state divide can be in moments of collaboration across the boundaries as opposed to a moment of division. So I've been looking at a lot of the non-human elements that collaborate across the border, such as trees with roots in both states, veins of mica running under the mountains, and the sun. So the work that is part of the exhibition includes 2 videos taken from 2 twin mountain peaks, one on either side of the border, both named Mica Peak and within an elevation of 50 feet of each other. So the one in Washington State is 5,243 feet, and the one in Idaho is 5,209 feet. And so they share not only a name and a size, but they're also part of the same mountain range and are made of the same types of rocks. And so I hiked to the top of both of them where you can see the other and filmed both the sunrise and the sunset, casting shadows of one mountain on the other. I also created a series of large-scale drawings that look at all the trees along the border that are dual citizens with roots in both states. I've also collected mica, which runs through this region in both states, and crushed it and created a vein of mica running across the gallery. I also worked to create an interactive lighting installation that mirrors the lighting qualities on either side of the border. So one half of the lights in the gallery respond to the lighting qualities in Coeur d'Alene, and the other half of the gallery lights respond to the lighting qualities here in Spokane. During one of my hikes, I attempted to walk the border with 1 foot in one state and 1 foot in the other. And through these hikes, I tried to identify plants that I could see on both sides of the borders, plants who had been cross-pollinating across the borders, and looking for these types of specimens that are rejecting this division and these boundaries. I think one of the things that I learned from the most in this project was really getting out and experiencing the border myself. So my hikes where I tried to walk with 1 foot on one side of the border and 1 foot on the other, using Google Maps as a guide, because when you're out there, these borders become intangible, they're not visible, there's no real division, and so having to use some type of technology and authoritative software that's defining these boundaries for you is the only way you can really locate them. And so I think being out in the world trying to find these divisions or these connections was really a point of realizing that these borders maybe only matter to those who are defining them and not to the way life is actually lived. I think I was particularly interested in the borders between Washington and Idaho because of my family. So I have family relatives who live in Coeur d'Alene, but often are coming to Spokane to go shopping or to use the airport. And so there's already this sense of collaboration happening between these 2 communities. And so I thought it was an interesting point to start with. And I thought that by focusing on this border as a place of collaboration and connection, we could then start to use this work and this idea as a meditation on kind of larger ideas of borders across the world. I think the best thing about my time here at Laboratory has been the access to not only like technology and software and like all the different kinds of components for that. I came in here trying to learn and teach myself some new technologies with Arduinos and processing. And then whenever I got stuck, I was really able to rely on the expertise that the laboratory provides. to really help work through a lot of those types of problems. So I think it's been a really wonderful space, and there's a lot of support for experimentation and learning new tools.